and welcome back to Way Too Wifey podcast. I'm your host, respectfully Gabby, and in this podcast, we talk all about modern day dating and relationships. If you have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a rating, and if you could, hit that bell notification if you are watching this on YouTube so you'll never miss another episode. You guys, I'm not going to lie, I did record this yesterday, hoping that it would be up at the normal time of 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday. However, it is Tuesday at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I'm recording this right now for you guys because I tried everything. It would not upload. I tried recording this on my phone instead because it's better quality, but it would not upload to my computer at all. So I'm re-recording this all over again. This took a lot out of me. So with that being said, let's hop into the episode. But before we hop into the episode, I really wanted to kind of make this a little bit more interactive. So I'm probably going to put a link in my link tree for any advice that you would like, any relationship problems that you may have, right into that. And then I will answer it live on my podcast next week. I already have a couple people that have reached out about relationship issues or like dating problems. With that being said, let's hop into the episode. And we are talking all about how to meet people in the wild. Because I feel like with dating apps, here's my beef with dating apps. It's like, it's low effort, first of all. So the quality of people that are going on dating apps to actually find something is very low. On top of, God, like keep the dating apps because it's like more options if you are still looking to find a certain person. Like I've had a couple friends find their significant other on dating apps. However, personally, I like to feel out the vibe, and just looking at someone's pictures just doesn't do it for me. And then on top of the low effort that they're already putting in, on top of being in Miami and every single person on Hinge is not from here, every attractive person on Hinge is not from Miami. They should make one specifically for the location that you live in, because hopping from city to city trying to find someone is really obnoxious when you live in a big city. I'm a vibes person, so I prefer meeting people in person. And that way, you're able to see right away what their interests are because of wherever you're meeting. You're able to see them, so you're not being catfished. You know right away if you're attracted to someone. And then on top of that, you also get to see their vibe. You get to see whether or not you enjoy the person that they are. So I think that's huge for me. And I really have not been very successful with the apps at all. So I wanted to break down like how to meet people in person and how to shoot your shot in person, because I don't know, I feel like a lot of women don't really shoot their shot. And I'm like encouraging you. You don't even understand how much praise I get for shooting my shot in person. Guys, most of the time, are very receptive to you shooting your shot. So you really don't have very much to lose. There are some times where I have gotten rejected, and I will share those stories with you and how I recovered from those. But I don't know. I just like think that women shooting their shot will differentiate yourselves from the rest of the pack. First, start off by talking about where to meet people in the wild. During COVID, everyone obviously had to rely on their phones, meeting people through the apps. But guess what? COVID's over. I mean, it's still around, obviously, but there's places to meet people. The person that I'm actually talking to now, I met him in person, and he was sitting by himself in a restaurant. And I want to highlight the by himself part, because being by yourself in public makes you so much more approachable. Literally, if you are by yourself, you are much more likely to be hit on or whatever, because it's really intimidating for someone to walk up to a group of people and shoot their shot and try to start a conversation with you. So keep that in mind. If you are really looking for your significant other, I feel like going out in a group of people is not the move. Maybe one or two people max, but anything above that, it's too much. It's intimidating. And if you choose to go out in a group of people, make sure you're making your rounds by yourself or with one other person, because I feel like whenever I do go out with a group of people, sometimes I will walk around by myself and scan the room and see what we're working with. Some guy seeing me walking by myself, of course, he's more likely to approach and have a conversation than if I were with a group of my homies. If you are only going to a club to meet someone, though, let me tell you, your Romeo is not sitting in the VIP section. I can assure you that. He is home sleeping probably. For the people that did meet in a club, because I actually know a couple or two that have met in a club, congrats to you, but it's just not, it's the exception to the rule. Okay, you're not going to meet typically your significant other in the club. He is probably looking to take you home at the end of the night. Keep that in mind, please. So where you go does matter. And if you're leaving the house and say you're a woman and you're only going to activities that have a lot of other women and you're expecting to meet someone, for instance, say you're leaving your house, but you're only going to Pilates or yoga or pole class or something along those lines where it's very dominant in the female focus, expecting to, in the commute, run into your husband is just not going to work, right? So keep in mind where you're going. Where would you find the opposite sex? Where would your person be? Figure out your interests. I feel like that's so huge, because if you're like an outdoorsy person, doing outdoorsy things, not waiting for your partner to do those things with, go do them by yourself. Go pick a friend and do a day of the beach, do kayaking, hiking. There are people out there that are willing to meet in those scenarios, okay? Or, like a co-ed team. People don't utilize those things because they're scared to do things on their own, or they're like, okay, I don't have friends to go do those things with. But it will get you out of your comfort zone, and you have the potential to meet someone out. Other places that you can find people at. I love doing a restaurant. I feel like I've met so many people at restaurants, at the bars, sitting by myself or with one other person. You are so approachable. People are there to mingle. That is such a good place to meet someone. I one time was at this taco place during the day, and it was like a Sunday fun day situation. And I got up from my seat because I saw, I was eyeing this guy from across the way, and I saw him get up, but I was closer to the bathroom. I just had a feeling he was going to the bathroom. So I got up, walked towards the bathroom, and then I looked behind me and he was right there. And I was just like, oh my God, are you following me to the bathroom? And that was an easy way to shoot my shot. That was boom, like that. So there are ways, even if you're sitting at a table, there are definitely ways to meet someone. But figure out your interests. I feel like that is the first step. Figure out what you like to do. And then there's meetups in your area. There are literally meetup.com. There's so many events, literally concerts, everything that you can think of. Figure out what you like to do and then go do those things, because you have much more likely chance to meet someone in the wild if you're leaving your house. If you're not leaving your house and you expect a sexy ass Uber driver to Uber Eats driver to drop food at your doorstep in order for you to meet your Prince Charming or women, whatever, it's just probably not likely. Okay. We can manifest that all we want, but what are the odds? If you have a dog, you guys, use your dog to your advantage. People love animals, right? And especially the dog parks. Do you realize how many people just go there alone by themselves with their dog? What a great opening. Oh my God, your dog is sniffing my dog's ass. Why don't I sniff your ass? That's a joke. Please don't use that. I mean, honestly, it's such a great opener. If you do have a dog, bond over your dogs and whatever. Use that as leverage. Do you know how many people will talk to you in the streets just while you're walking your dog, period? Just because you have that easy opener of hey, look at my cute ass little fur baby. It's not me. I'm not going to approach you if you have a dog, probably. I'm not a dog person. There are dog people out there. I'm more of like, I have to vibe with the dog, you know? The vibe has to be there, right? I don't love all dogs, but I do love some dogs. It's just, don't annoy me. It's like the same thing with people. I'm sorry. They're like equivalent to like, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you, then get out of my face. And you don't have to be licking my face either or barking at me. I really don't like that. I'm sorry. I'm not a dog hater at all by any means. I just like have been traumatized by dogs growing up. Let's get in to shooting your shot. I have some stories for you. Okay, this was the one time that I really like remember specifically about getting turned down. I was at this heat showing at like a restaurant bar, and from across the way I see this guy. I don't really see his face that much. I'm just like, oh, like he looks like he would be my type, right? I loved what he was wearing. His style was, but I didn't really see his face, and I was like, I kind of want to talk to that guy. I'm going to talk to him at the end of the night. The end of the night rolls around, the game ends, everyone is shuffling outside of the bar. And I see him, and my friend that I was with, my girlfriend, I was like, should I go say something? And she's like, if you don't go, I'm going to go say something for you. And let me just pause there because I feel like, how rude is it that you're going to embarrass me in front of literally everyone? Do not have your friend shoot your shot for you. That is an immediate no for me. If a guy ever asked another guy to come shoot his shot for me, it would the biggest turnoff. Like, what a little baby that you couldn't come up to me and say something. Absolutely. Please do not, for the life of you, go ask your friend to shoot your shot for you. Ever. Never. Do not do it. It's not cute. Just do it yourself or don't do it at all. I'm standing there. I'm like, okay, you're not going to embarrass me. Ever. I will go over there and I will figure something out, something to say, have something in mind. And I'm walking over there. I'm triggered that she was going to embarrass me. And I'm walking over and the vibe is just not there. And I'm like, okay, wait, he's not attractive in person. But I just got to the front of his face, right? And I'm just like, do I say something? Or do I walk away awkwardly? And that was my one chance that I had to escape that situation. And I get in front of his face. I have nothing to say. I'm just like, I'm probably tripping over my words because I'm just like, I don't want his number. I don't want anything to do with him. But let me shoot my shot anyway, just to like build up some confidence, right? And so I'm like, can I have your number? Like... And he looked at me dead in my eyes, disgusted, and said, no, you can't. And it took every ounce of my being not to yell to my friend, oh, he's gay. But respectfully, I just walked away. That definitely hurt my ego a lot. I'm not going to lie. I, for a couple of days, was not okay. And then I realized it's probably the karma of me declining men that I'm not interested in, rudely. And so I just took it as like, okay, this is life, karma balancing itself out, and then we can move on from it. This was nothing against me. He was not my type anyway. There's no reason I should be offended. It's such a slap in the face. I'm like, for someone to not even be my type, this is why I have a type, okay? The type likes me back. Most recently was with the person that I'm talking to right now. And he was sitting by himself, as I mentioned before, and I walked up to him and I acted as if I already knew him. I feel like that's such key because people will question like whether or not they actually know you. Like, do I know you from somewhere? No, you don't. But now you do. My name is Gabby. Would you like my number? I'm actually about to hop in my Uber, so maybe we can link up later. Maybe we can make plans for another date. Boom, you're in there, right? And he still talks about it to this day. Like, I just can't believe that you had like the confidence to walk up to me. That's so attractive. I promise you this shit does work. You have a very small chance of being rejected. I think maybe once or twice. I've really been rejected that I remember off of the top of my head. Like, if you get rejected, who the fuck cares? that wasn't your person anyway. You should be with someone that actually wants to be with you and that finds you attractive. They could have a girlfriend, so also keep that in mind. But, you'll get over it, I promise. I'm going to get into men versus women shooting their shot, because men, I feel like they don't know when they're being creepy a lot of the times. Hollering at girls is not respectful. Let's cancel that attitude. Get to know them probably as a friend first, and they will be a little bit more receptive. Because keep in mind, pretty girls get hit on all the time. If you find her attractive, there's probably 10 other people that find her attractive that have already hit on her. Men, if you shoot your shot and she is not receptive to it, stop right there and keep it moving. Like, there's nothing more annoying than when you are extremely persistent and it's an extreme no for me. And I can guarantee you a lot of women feel that way. It's just stop, please. The best way I feel like to approach a woman is to let her know subconsciously that it's safe and okay to talk to you. If you're going to shoot your shot and continue, make sure you're continuing as not the creepy guy, but the guy that's just trying to like have a friendly conversation, because that will get you so much farther than the creepy guy by himself at the bar. Let's talk about girls shooting their shot. To be honest, there is nothing that you can say that it's going to give the man the ick. Men just don't have the ick. I feel like that's such a women-owned thing. There's so many things that guys can do that will give us the ick. I actually don't think that men experience an actual ick. Like, I actually don't think they know what that means. Like, there's red flags, right? And then there's icks. There's two different things. There's a red flag is like, he was really aggressive on a date. That's a red flag. An ick is like, oh my God, he wore these ugly ass shoes to our dinner and now I'm not looking at him the same. That's an ick. Or like, oh, he ate with his fingers and that gave me the ick. Is that there are very few things that you can say that's going to turn a man off. If he's interested, he is going to pursue it. And if he's not, then he's probably going to respectfully decline in most cases, right? You have a really good shot of a man being receptive to you shooting your shot. So why not take that opportunity and go after what you want? And I realize for me, I'm just like a very direct person, so I'm going to directly approach someone if I'm interested. However, I realize that not a lot of people are that way. And there are definitely ways for you to shoot your shot that aren't so direct and to test the waters before you actually go for that extra dunk. You know what I mean? Asking for a small favor. You are so much more likely to be admirable and desired if you ask for a small favor. It's like a subconscious fucked up thing that people like you more if you ask them for a small favor. Example, you're at a bar. Find a man that you like. Asking, hey, can you watch my jacket right now? I just need to run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. Go to the bathroom, come back. He's going to be there. That is such an opener. Oh my God, thank you so much. Like blah, blah, blah. If he's not receptive, then leave it alone. If he's receptive, strike up a conversation. Hey, like, oh, are you from here? Oh, okay, whatever. So many different avenues and ways that you can get into a conversation. He already likes you because he did something for you. Isn't that interesting how that works? Another thing that I like to do if I'm not sure if a man is interested in me or not, I like to give compliments. So a big compliment that I usually give is like shoes, because I used to be like a sneaker person. So if I know what kind of shoe they're wearing, I'm immediately like, okay, that's such an easy opener. Oh, hey, like I love those shoes, those specific blah, 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 blah. If you give the name, like you're a sneakerhead. Okay, whatever. We have something to communicate about. I mean, you can compliment someone on anything, and whether or not he wants to open that door and have a conversation is on him. If he shuts it down, then maybe that's your sign to walk away and cut your losses. But if he's receptive, like, hey, thank you so much, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, if he opens that door, you're in there, babe. All right, bestie, this is your sign to get out of your house and shoot your shot. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself, like I am giving myself advice because I probably need to leave my house. I actually have been cooped up in hermit mode for way too long. Cancer season had me locked in my house. But with that being said, this is it for this week's episode. If you could, please leave that thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe. I love seeing your guys' comments. Also, I'm going to upload sometime today or tomorrow a link on my link tree on either my Instagram or TikTok where you can write in and I will give you advice. I think my advice is honestly superior and part of the reason why I wanted to get into this stuff to help you guys. So let's make this interactive and I will see you next Tuesday.